My stepdaughter's entitlement pushed me to my breaking point.
I'm done with you.
We, me, female 29, him, male 45, have been together for 2 years. That is a big...
25 and 45?
Yeah.
After around that, you can do whatever.
We bought a house together. It has a fully furnished basement that we intended for out-of-town guests we occasionally have.
Okay, and they're smart.
Okay.
A lot of people have unfinished basements.
My husband has a 21-year-old daughter. Whoa.
Whoa. That must be fun. It's like you have a little
You're
friend.
8 years older than his daughter?
Hey, some people can do it.
I guess so. She was studying in the US. We live in Canada. In March, she called us and said she was pregnant and that her boyfriend had abandoned her. She was very stressed and quit school. She was supposed to temporarily move in with us until she got back on her feet. She has been living in the basement, which is basically a 2-bedroom apartment.
Time out.
Yeah. The fully furnished one.
The fully furnished one.
Mm-hmm.
We have definitely heard this story before, but from the perspective of the dad.
I don't
Remember?
remember this one. Which
I remember a similar story where, like, my daughter just got pregnant. I'm bringing her in, and my girlfriend doesn't approve.
I do kind of remember.
But I think they're closer in age.
Yeah.
But I've seen this from the other perspective.
Yeah, we've seen it all.
Okay, so now we're on. Okay.
We're on OP's perspective. She eats all her meals upstairs, and the baby is upstairs until bedtime. My husband and I work opposite shifts. We text and communicate all day, but our only intimate time is when one comes home early in the morning and the other is about to get ready for work. Our shower in the master bedroom is basically our only alone time. This morning, my stepdaughter said our shower is making noises because it's old. She said she can hear us and that we're disgusting. Okay.
All right.
Is she totally valid in being like, ew, my dad and his girlfriend are having spicy sleep? That's gross.
In the bathroom, especially.
Sure. However, you kind of just got to roll with the punches if you're 21 years old with a baby, staying with your dad and his new girlfriend.
I think they're married.
They might be married.
I think especially if they're married.
Yeah, husband, yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
You got to get over that, girl. You're 21.
Yeah.
You know how babies were made.
You were there.
Oh,
not that one, but you were in a situation where that happened.
My husband and I are normally very quiet, so I'm not sure what she's talking about.
I'm sorry. I lived in a house where I was next to the bathroom, and you can hear everything in the bathroom.
Yeah, you can hear everything in the bathroom.
You're right next to two.
I'm right next to it. You can hear everything in that bathroom. She said I need to stop because it grosses her out. I told her that not only do I not owe her any explanation, but I can do what I want in my house. She said she lives here, so she has a say. I said she's a guest, and guests normally move out eventually. She then started yelling that it's her dad's house, and then she'll always come first before some gold-digging witch. Dang! I replied that I make the same amount as her dad, and that we bought this place together.
Boom.
Yeah. Own her. I said she should be grateful that we welcomed her. By the way, this comes from Actual Mess 2961, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what
Surprisingly.
we do. Please let us know what you would do in the comments.
I would love to read them.
Please.
This is such a weird power play.
Yeah, I mean, again, OP is 8 years older.
Yeah. The stepdaughter was in kindergarten while you were in 7th grade.
Yeah, it is pretty hard to make that, I don't know. Yeah, just to keep up those power dynamics where you're saying, well, this is my house. And because it is your house. You're absolutely right. But also I see where she's coming from. Like, this is my dad, and my dad's dating a much younger woman who's only 8 years older than me. And I feel like I'm being ousted of the house. But I think it's on her dad to talk to her.
Yeah, what does the dad have to think?
I think the dad needs to go to his daughter and say, hey, you're an adult.
Side with the wife?
Yeah, I think so.
Because the only problem is them having the spiciness in the bathroom.
I think he just has to go to her and say, hey, if you want to live with us for free, you kind of have to put up with some stuff and let us have our personal relationship.
Even better, hey, if you want to live with us for free, here's some headphones.
Yeah.
Here's some
We got some
baby-sized
earplugs.
headphones.
Yeah, baby's
For both of
fine.
you guys.
She continued screaming and she left. And then I left. Later, I got a text from my husband asking what was going on because his daughter was spiraling. I explained everything, and he said that what I said was not very kind, but that we would talk later. Was I a knucklehead to my stepdaughter? And there are some comments, but what do you think?
Dude, sometimes you just gotta,
be a little bit of a knucklehead to your stepdaughter.
Oh, I was just going to say, sometimes you got to get your rocks off and the beans got to be on fire.
What?
People have needs, Sophia.
Yes, sure.
And if you take those needs away from people, this woman could get a lot more uglier.
It's true, I guess.
Think about a woman that is having this conversation and she got laid the day of. And now think of a woman that hasn't been laid in a month because of this person she's arguing with. Which one would you rather have a conversation with?
You know what? You're right. I'll give you that one.
Thank you. That's my thought.
Comments. Playful Frosting says, problem is you're not much older than her and she doesn't respect you. Yeah, that's the real issue. She sees you as like, yes, an older person than her, but not as a mentor, not as like, you're not a guardian, of course. You're not a parent.
But OP's at an age where you start forgetting how old they are. After you're in your late 20s, people are like, how old are you?
You're just old.
It's not a thing anymore.
OP says she really doesn't, sadly. Negative Till says, yeah, this is definitely the issue. I wouldn't even want to call a woman 8 years older than me my stepmother. That's just too weird. But she should show you respect in your home. Next time she acts out, ask her dad to handle it. If she thinks it's so disgusting, she can talk to him about it. Puzzled Fix says, as a non-paying guest, I would never criticize my hosts. If they were intimate in the lounge room at 3 p.m. every day, I'd avoid the lounge room at 3 p.m. every day and keep my grateful mouth shut. It's not my home. It's theirs. If the conversation with your husband doesn't end in, I'll tell my daughter to mind her own business, I'd end the relationship. Life is way too short to put up with mistreatment in your own home. OP says, not just non-paying, we provide food and childcare too when she goes out with friends, which is a lot. Coyote Lydius says, you in particular need to withdraw the free childcare. Since you work opposite shifts from your husband, is it really you who has been watching the baby? Don't do that anymore. Discuss this with your husband. There is absolutely no reason to watch her baby while she goes out to have fun. She's a parent now. Make her realize that. Unless you're willing to basically raise the baby for her. OP says, I have talked to both of them many times. It's always something happens, and my husband begs that this is the last time and that his daughter needs to get out for her mental health. Then I get guilt-tripped. Pibia and Peaky's mom says, your husband seems to be the problem here, allowing his daughter to act like a child and not contribute.
Yeah, bro hasn't said anything.
No, he's just like, hey, that wasn't very nice of you. To OP. That's it. That's all we've got.
He is in a sticky situation.
He's like, my daughter and my 28, 29-year-old girlfriend.
My hot 28-year-old wife.
Yeah.
Either side he takes, he's going to be the bad guy.
Yeah. It just doesn't work out for him. She should appreciate what you both are doing for her, and it doesn't seem like she does. Her apology is definitely needed for her to continue living there after what she said to you and the names she called you. I would definitely stop the free childcare. And there is an update, but
I would love
to
see stepdaughter's point of view.
Yeah. What, like, is OP being, is there any other comments that OP's made or anything?
I usually don't want that information, but for this one,
I would love to know.
Yeah, right?
At this point, I do think that you need to step back and just not interact with stepdaughter anymore. I agree with the commenter saying, like, don't offer childcare. And then you have a conversation with your husband and say, okay, you know what? If she is upset with my presence and is ungrateful of the help that I've given, then you take over. You tell her.
Sadly, in the movies, there's that stepmother dynamic, and at the end of the movie, they're best friends.
They're besties. Maybe.
How can we accomplish that in real life?
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. Update. I promised to update after my talk with my husband. So here it is. He sat both of us down and said, we cannot live like this.
All right.
There has been name calling and giving each other attitude. He suggested that we all apologize and move on and said he would start.
Oh, no.
I hate that this kind of feels like a dad parenting his two daughters. Is that just me?
No, you're right.
I don't like that.
Because in this dynamic, you have to speak to a girl and to a queen and lay down the law between two of them. And right now you're talking to two girls and not a queen and a girl.
True. He then turned to his daughter and said he was sorry if she hurt us, that it must have been very traumatizing for her. I'm sorry. What? It must have been traumatizing for her. Okay, we're going a little too far.
Sorry, it's so traumatizing when I'm just doing my
Yeah.
life. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. What? She's 21. She had a baby.
She knows how this goes, guys.
She needs to get over herself.
So time out. If you're living with your parents and you're hearing this,
Well, yeah, it's awful. I'm like, ew, gross. I'm out of here. I leave.
but you can't right now because you just had a kid and you're 21.
I can't leave the house.
Well, I mean, you can't like move out.
Oh yeah, I just leave the house.
Oh, okay. Well,
I
all
take
right,
the
cool.
baby outside. We go on a walk.
Stroll time.
Easy.
Oh, look. There's Sophia on her 3 p.m. daily stroll.
She's always going on strolls at 3 p.m. What's up with that? When it was my turn, I said I was not sorry at all because there's no way she hurt us. I work long hours and have been a full-time maid for his daughter.
And a woman has needs.
I also said that she calls me names all the time despite everything I do for her. I said I was done doing anything for her. I said to clean up her own mess, pick her baby's dirty diapers off the living room floor, clean the dang bathroom, cook her own food, do her own laundry, and that I am not watching her baby ever again.
I draw the line at laundry.
Yeah.
You're doing her laundry?
Yeah, that's crazy. It's so easy to do laundry. If you have an in-unit, some people don't have in-unit, and that is hard because they have to come to their friend's house and do all their laundry there.
Yeah. I currently have all my laundry folded on my floor, not put up. So.
Riley you do so much laundry.
I'm
It's
sorry.
astounding.
But when do I do it?
On the weekend. Yeah, that's true. He comes in with like 3 bags of laundry.
I try to get it all done in a day, but I get so caught up in the day that I can't, and I feel bad.
It's fine. It only affected me this weekend when I wanted to wear some tights, but I just wore them.
Sent her $5 and told her forget about it.
I didn't need it. I'm gonna send that back to you.
Dude, just forget about it. It's fine.
I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna buy you a treat.
Just use it to go, take it to like I don't know, like the detergent.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you a treat.
Just get detergent.
All right.
That's my share of detergent.
That's your treat. She got angry and yelled at her dad, saying, "Look how she treats me." I told my husband, this is how she appreciates all the work I do after a 12-hour shift. She is not only ungrateful, she expects it.
Okay.
I mean, okay, I don't want to say this poor guy because I think he is, contributing to a lot of the problems in this house, but also like, rough, dude.
It is rough.
He's just like.
Yeah, right? Because if he didn't sit them down side by side, the other option is to have his wife beside of him and then team up on the daughter, which that isn't good.
No.
I think he needs a mediator.
I think he needs another third party. Or I guess a fourth party.
Yeah, just to kind of like.
Yeah. He's like, no, what do you think?
Oh,
everyone gets a lawyer.
Are there mediators to hire? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Not a counselor, but a mediator.
Maybe. I feel like there's gotta be. There's a job for everyone. He kept saying that both of us needed to stop and that we should find a way forward. I told him either she leaves or I do. I said that if I leave, I'm selling the house and getting my share of the assets. He kept saying I was being ridiculous. She then called me an evil witch and said it unalives her that I do not have a baby, and that's why I'm jealous. I didn't even bother replying to her. I'm done talking to her. Her dad didn't even say one word to her. I told my husband to decide. He said he does not want to lose me, but she is his daughter and she can stay as long as she wants. Well, not in this house, I guess, because OP's taking the house with her. I told him I would talk to a lawyer about filing for divorce and selling our assets. Dang.
Whoa.
Dang. As of now, I will not be lifting a finger for either of them. He tried to talk to me, but I said I'm not interested. I'm going to my parents for the holidays alone. Merry Christmas to me. And there are some comments, but like...
Is that a bit much?
It does feel like a lot. However, OP seems to have been kind of made to be the caretaker for both his adult daughter, who again is only 8 years younger than her, and fully capable of doing her own laundry, of feeding herself, and OP, who has a full-time job, apparently 12-hour shifts, which is crazy.
Is coming home
And having to take care of 2 people, a baby and an adult girl who totally could look after herself, but is not.
And now is realizing
that she's never going to be the priority in this family. And even if, maybe OP is thinking about like, oh, I want kids soon. Or, in the next couple of years, I was thinking that we would have our own family. And she's got a really great deal here. she being OP's husband's daughter, why would she ever leave, you know?
Yeah.
And if he said she can stay as long as she wants, why would she ever leave?
And OP's under the assumption she's just here for a temporary time.
Yeah. Comments. True Believer says, wow, good for you. Your stepdaughter is an entitled little witch, and now she's daddy's problem. OP says, I'm more angry at my soon-to-be ex-husband. True Believer says you should be. He has raised her to be spoiled and believes you need to spoil her too. He is doing her a huge disservice by not demanding she pull her own weight in your household and treat you respectfully. I wonder how the relationship will fare when your husband no longer has you to clean up after her. And Black Cobra says, I don't blame him for allowing his daughter and grandchild to stay, but the lack of respect is mind-boggling. He'll probably come around once another plan is determined. Divorce and splitting of assets is incredibly painful. Can't help but think the bizarre 16-year age gap played at least a part of a role in this.
Oh, between...
Yeah, OP and her husband. Stunned Disbelief says he'll come around when he starts coming home to a disaster house and a daughter who expects to go out and party. And OP isn't there to take care of it. OP, proud that you stood up for yourself, but going forward, realize that large age gaps like the one you had fail more often than they succeed for a whole host of reasons, including life experience, life stages, and especially when there are kids that are close in age to the new spouse.
I don't know if that's
strong.
like
It's not
the whole
always
problem.
true, but I think the issue here is that he had a daughter and was prioritizing her more than, you.
That and respect
Mhm.
all around, because everyone was like,
Yeah.
oh, the maid's back.
Yeah.
Yippee.
Jane Austen Astronaut says, oh yeah, I caught that age gap too. OP's husband thought he was getting a maid in OP that he could sleep with. Too bad for him. She has her own money and isn't dependent on him. It means it's easier for her to walk away. And that is the end of that story.
That was a brutal comment.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. OP, I do think it is the best for you to walk away from the situation. Okay, I think that OP approached this whole issue very volatilely and just came at it with like arguments, yelling at daughter, and daughter was matching that energy. And there wasn't really any attempt to compromise. However, it also seems like at the end of the day, your husband's daughter was never going to respect you, and your husband was always going to side with her. So,
And it seemed like OP Loki didn't have the peace to compromise or the peace to think that way.
yeah.
12-hour shift.
Yeah.
Dude, after working here for 12 hours, the last thing I want to do is
Take care of another baby.
take care of another baby, sweep laundry. Dude, no. Heck
He does
no.
it on the weekend.
That's right. I cleaned this morning because my roommate's coming back.
Oh, nice.
I forgot. Not saying the doors were dirty, or the floors were dirty, but I was like, oh, wow, I forget to sweep something.
Yeah.
It's just like you don't, like, whenever you sweep, you don't realize that there's stuff on the ground. And then whenever you start sweeping, you're like,
Dang,
everything's
there's
on the
a lot
ground.
of stuff on the ground. Do you guys do no shoes in your house, or is it like kind of?
Yeah, sometimes we do, but it's like mostly we keep it like by the door. It's not like, oh my God, you have shoes on. It's more like we don't walk around all day with them on.
Yeah, for sure. But like, there's sometimes on.
Yeah. Like, oh, I need to grab my keys. Boom.
Yeah. I run a tight ship,
She does.
and you have to walk the plank if you're wearing shoes in my house.
She called you out. I'm just like, dude, I'm going to the bathroom and leaving. My boots are tied. I am not about to spend 2 minutes when I'm about to piss my pants.
Yeah. Well, your house, your rules. But that's the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
My friend's brother went insane over our son's name.
Calm down, dude.
So my boyfriend and I have been together for a while now. 1.5 years.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I would say. Sophia would like to be together with you for 7 years before she has a child.
I was just saying that was a reasonable time to be together, not for a reasonable time to be together before having a child. I think that's not reasonable.
Oh, there it is. Good take. And we've decided we want a baby.
That's okay.
Is it reasonable or not?
It's not reasonable. A year and a half of being together with your partner.
Yep.
I
Baby
think that-
time.
I don't know. That's pretty quick to decide you want a baby. How old are you guys?
They've been together for a while.
A year and a half. That's all we know.
For a while now.
A while now is not a year. A year and a half is not a while now.
Unless you live on Mercury. No. You're right. No. Which one's the farthest from the sun?
Pluto.
But we got some sticklers. Pluto's moves pretty fast.
My
I think it's
something
Uranus.
mother just fed us 9 pizzas. It's Neptune.
Neptune? Unless you live on Neptune, then that's like 9 years. Okay, anyways, we're getting to it. Sophia disapproves. It's going to be a boy.
Congrats.
Very clearly a boy.
Wait.
And we've decided to name him Bjorn.
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 Like Bjorn.
I'm Bjorning it.
Yeah, like Bjorn.
It's like they tried to say Jason Bourne, but added a J in it.
Well, like the artist Bjorn.
No.
Okay, you might know them.
I don't.
Like they're always like, isn't that Bjorn?
I'm Bjorn. No, I don't know who this is.
Oh wait, I was thinking of Bjork.
Who is Bjorn? Bjorn, also known as Bjorn Ironside, is a fictional character and the son of Ragnar Lothbrok and Lagra in the TV series Vikings. Oh, it's a Viking name.
Okay, for sure.
You only get a pass if you have heritage of Vikings.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just like, why are we naming our child Bjorn? But if you've got the heritage, it makes sense.
And if you're white, you probably do. I don't know.
Somewhere along the line.
By the way, this comes from That Sloth 59. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. We love those stories.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Riley.
I'm Sophia.
And how much do we know between the two of us, Sophia?
Not that much.
We're just here to be goofy.
Mm-hmm.
And what is their job as a listener?
Let us know what you know.
Yeah, down in the comments. OP continues. My boyfriend's brother called us today after we announced to my boyfriend's mom, dad, and his sister, who lives with his parents, that our son's name is going to be Bjorn or Bjorn, whatever you want.
However you're pronouncing it, I suppose.
One of them, we don't know who yet, told my boyfriend's little brother the name we had decided on, and he went off on us over the phone. It's probably because he's a fan of that show.
He's like, that's not fair. I wanted that name. I was going to name my son Bjorn. Or maybe he was going to name his son Bjork. And he was like, this is totally unreasonable. I was going to name my son Bjork, or my daughter Bjork, I suppose. And now that's too close.
According to my boyfriend's little brother, my boyfriend has known for 10 years what he wanted to name his son if he ever had one. He has a daughter and told everyone that if she was a boy, his name would be Bjorn.
Okay, wait, so that he actually did want to name his son Bjorn.
No, it says, according to my boyfriend's little brother, my boyfriend has known for 10 years.
Oh.
That he wanted, okay, now this is the part that we're getting confused at. He, who is he? Is it little brother or is this boyfriend?
I think it's little brother because he's saying that he had a daughter, little brother had a daughter, and if the daughter...
He has a daughter and told everyone? Okay.
I think so, but let's keep reading and
so
see.
He stole the idea from little brother.
Not great. Not great.
My boyfriend doesn't ever remember him saying that. And no one has mentioned anything to us when we told them about his little brother wanting the name and has been wanting it for 10 years. On the call, he was really aggressive. He started the phone call with, "What's this all about, stealing my son's name?" There was no hello, no what's up, nothing. Just straight to angrily asking us, why did we choose that name? My boyfriend was visibly confused, asked him what he meant, and his little brother started going on about how my boyfriend has known for 10 years that he wanted to name his son Bjorn if he ever had a boy. Why were we taking it, asking us not to name our son Bjorn, and that if we did, we would cut him out of our lives as a big FU to him.
Well, this guy honestly maybe has the dramatics to get away with naming his son Bjorn.
The passion, the Viking passion.
Yeah, he's got the Viking passion. He'll cut you down for naming your son Bjorn because he wants that name.
Yeah, OP, it doesn't really sound like you want that. It doesn't sound like your boyfriend wants it that bad.
It sounds like you're just like, Bjorn is like a good enough name.
Whatever.
We've been dating for a year and a half. I guess we can call our child Bjorn.
Yeah, if they don't say meters or kilometers in this story, I'm going to be like, are you guys in the U.S.?
What? But what I'm asking here, what I'm thinking to myself. So they've been dating a year and a half. They already know that they're having a son.
They already got a name picked out.
Which means to me that they probably found out about their son about a year into their relationship. Again, feels...
Well, I don't know how far along they are.
Far along enough to know that they have a son. Which
so
you can't
a
know.
Month or two, after a month, you know.
You can
a son. Oh, the kid.
Like
so
the gender.
It's like 5 or 6 months in.
Yeah. So they had that baby pretty quick into the relationship.
This is also giving me a red flag that the boyfriend doesn't listen.
Yeah.
After 10 years.
Yeah, maybe his brother was saying, he's like, I've been saying for 10 years that I wanted to name my son Bjorn. And the boyfriend's like, what are you talking? I just came up with that.
Exactly.
It just came to me. What are you talking about?
My subconscious told me this.
Yeah.
My boyfriend said we'd think about changing the name, but his little brother just aggressively said that if we didn't change it, he'd hate us and cut us out of his life. My boyfriend ended up hanging up on him as he kept going on and off at us. And then his wife jumped in, yelling at us and telling us we're a-holes and how could we do this to them, etc. Pros and cons list.
Yikes. Of not naming or naming your son Bjorn?
Yeah.
Well, if you name your son Bjorn
His name's Bjorn.
and you don't live in like Iceland, probably a lot of people are going to be like, Bjorn?
That's a con.
How do you spell Bjorn? How do you say that?
No. Put the 2 dots over the O. That's how it works.
Bjorn. I guess you could always just go, it's like Bjork, but Bjorn.
I'm going to be like, what the heck is a Bjork?
Yeah. And then like pro, Bjorn, pretty cool name. Your son could grow up to be a Viking. Pretty cool.
Go through like other Viking names if that's really what you want.
Con, you lose your brother. Pro, that's all I got.
Yeah, there's more cons than pros.
Mm-hmm.
I'd give it to him, honestly.
Yeah.
My boyfriend genuinely didn't know or doesn't remember ever hearing his little brother ever say anything about wanting his son's name to be Bjorn if they ever had a boy. He's Scottish and wants to honor that.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fair. Bjorn feels like a Scottishy name.
So he went through a baby name list and went through all the names he liked, ended up picking Bjorn. I'll have to admit, I wasn't fully in love with the name at first, but I've come around to it. And now I can't imagine his name being anything other than Bjorn. My boyfriend went quiet after the call. I can tell he's struggling a bit. He loves the name Bjorn. We've been calling him Bjorn since we found out the baby was a boy, but he loves his little brother and doesn't want to cut him out of his life. And I'm not really close to his brother at all, really don't care other than the struggle it's causing my boyfriend. I love the name now as well, and I don't want to change his name at all. I don't see the issue of having cousins named with the same name.
I see an issue there. It's kind of silly.
Siblings, yeah, but not cousins. And that just might be me. So I'm here to ask, are we a-holes for wanting to name our son Bjorn when that's apparently what his little brother wants to name his son if he ever has one? We have an edit.
I think that you would not be the a-holes for naming your son Bjorn.
I do.
Why?
You're Scottish. I would say family's like a very big thing there.
Well, it might be just Scottish heritage, and they're not actually in Scotland.
Anyways, I come from a place where family's pretty tight.
Yeah.
If I found out my brother wanted to name his kid, Bjorn, and I'm like, oh yeah,
That's my
Bjorn.
favorite name.
I would have probably told my brother earlier though.
Yeah.
I'd be like, we're thinking Bjorn. But then that also comes with the question if he's now figuring this out and you now just told him. But I don't know. I'd change the name though. If it was my brother, I'd change it.
I agree. I don't think you would be the a-holes for naming your son Bjorn. However, I do think that if your boyfriend has, a pretty close bond to his little brother, and you didn't even really care about, like, I know you said, like, now you have an attachment to the name, but you didn't really like it in the beginning. So I feel like you could come to be attached to any name.
Yeah.
And if it really is causing your boyfriend so much, strife and agony, then I probably would change the name, even though it's not fair.
Did you know that my name was about to be Cameron?
Cameron. I cannot picture you as a Cameron.
Or Logan?
I could see you as a Logan.
Yeah.
Not a Cameron.
Yeah, but there's this weird lady at my mom's church that, I've already told you this story, haven't I? My mom went to this lady and was like, I'm going to name my kid Cameron. And she's like, oh, I'm going to name my kid Cameron.
Weird.
Oh, I'm going to name my kid Logan. Oh, I'm going to name my kid Logan. She landed on Riley. Loved it. I'm going to name my kid Casper. It's kind of weird.
Casper, the friendly ghost.
Oh, man. Edit. Hey, it's the boyfriend here.
Ooh la la.
The missus asked me to explain the history and reasoning behind the name. Family origins are from Kirkwall.
Cool.
Our family has strong Norse Gaelic origins from the Scandinavian settlement of the area in the 8th and 9th century. Bjorn is a popular Nordic origin name and not that uncommon with the Norse Gaelic parts of Scotland. Although my family is Scottish, I love the name and it pays homage to our origins.
Homage.
Oh, homage?
Homage.
Oh, they just leave the H out of it?
Yeah, silent H.
Come on. You just don't even
Some
put the
people
H
say
in it.
homage, but
That's what I
I've
said.
usually heard you said homage.
My parents are from Kirkwall, Scotland, and I'm Australian born. Also, Bjorn is only on some Scottish boy names list. It's not common, but it is common on the Nordic Gaelic boys name list. Consensus, everyone is confused why a Scottish person insists on Scandinavian name. No one seems to remember to give a vote on the actual issue at hand. Oh gosh, no.
Guys.
That's what Reddit does. They're
like
they're
nitpicky.
nerds And they're like getting into the details of it.
Scottish.
And not
Bjorn.
they completely missed the point.
It's like clearly there was some sort of background here that would have made OP's boyfriend pick the name.
Yeah.
You didn't need the edit.
Sawyer's name is paying homage to the sawmill because Sawyer means someone that cuts a piece of wood.
I
didn't know
like
that.
a saw.
Yeah, like Sawyer.
Ah, interesting.
Yep.
Makes sense.
I corrected my great-grandfather about that because I didn't know that, and I felt so bad in a video that I changed it, but I felt so bad. I was like, I'm an idiot.
Fool.
I thought it was called Sawman, but it's a
Saw
Sawyer.
man. Yeah, no. That's funny.
Anyways, comments by OP. I don't see an issue at all with having cousins being named the same name. Depends on how often you guys get together.
Yeah, like if you're not close to your cousins, yeah, sure, it doesn't matter. But if you're close to your cousins, why would you want, like, you're running around, you're going, Bjorn, come back. And he's like, which one? Bjorn 1 or Bjorn 2?
I bet my son would love the fact that his cousin has the same name as him, as he's not going to have friends with the same name. It's not common where we are.
I'm going to be honest with you. That's not true.
Yeah, no.
That there's like a small chance that your son will like that his cousin has the same name as him. But
if they see each other every 5 years, maybe.
Yeah. I doubt that Bjorn and Bjorn are going to love that.
But it is such a random name, though.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people I know that have unique names. I mean, you know, sometimes they get kind of...
Like who?
You can get bullied, but I have like... I don't know. I don't want to dox them all.
Not dox them.
I just have different friends who have unique names, and they've always been very happy that they are so unique. And
I can't even think of a unique name right now.
Well, I have an incredibly common name, and so do you. And I feel like when I was a child, there was like 6 Sophias just
there
like
were
in
a
my
lot of
grade.
Rileys. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is married but doesn't want to have it any other way that we know of. But that's what I was thinking. Or even using our son's nickname, which is Bear, because that's what Bjorn means. And calling his son Bjorn. Okay, so we go by Bear. This one we go by Bjorn.
I guess so.
And anyone that was Nordic Gaelic would be freaking confused if they knew English as well.
What? What?
There's no guarantee that my brother-in-law and sister-in-law will ever have a boy. And I'm currently cooking a boy in my womb right now. I'm currently 6 months pregnant. Downvoted. The meaning is exactly why I've come around to the name as well. Well, that, and I start thinking of my son as Bjorn and can't think of the baby as anything else at this point. We wanted to have the nickname of our little bear for our baby boy. The way he went off at us, it seemed like a giant overreaction for just the baby name. I don't know. If my brother was like, I'm going to name my kid Lee, I'd probably be freaking out.
Yeah, I'm trying to see this from the brother's perspective of, let's say that he did tell his brother, Opie's boyfriend, that he wanted to name his son Bjorn, and it's like this incredibly unique name, and he's been telling people for 10 years, it's like, yeah, I really want to name my son Bjorn, and then boyfriend comes in and says, yeah, I'm going to name our son Bjorn. He goes, what? Dude, I've been telling you for 10 years.
Just don't do it. I don't know. Just don't do it.
Yeah, I'd be pretty upset.
I personally don't care whether I lose a relationship with my brother-in-law. This is the second time I've heard from him or even seen him in the year and a half I've been with my boyfriend. But I don't think that's something my boyfriend is wrestling with now.
Okay, to be fair, being with a person for a year and a half, unless you live close to the brother, it's not that unreasonable to be like, I haven't seen you in a year and a half. Or like, I've only seen you a couple times in a year and a half.
But on the significance of the name, there is none for my brother-in-law either. He just liked the name and wants to name his son that one day. Just how my boyfriend and I have decided on the name. That's how names go. I meant if myself, lost a relationship, I wouldn't care with my brother-in-law. Obviously, I give a crap if my partner loses a relationship with his brother. I just don't care if I, myself, lose the relationship with his brother.
I think you should care, honestly.
Yeah, you guys have only been there for a year and a half.
Yeah, I feel like the issue is that OP has only been in this relationship for a year and a half. And so obviously, you know, for a good reason, doesn't have attachment to his family. But I think you should want an attachment to his family if you're going to be around here for a while.
Well, if that's kind of how she's seen him and it's not been a like, oh, hello kind of thing.
Yeah, I've only seen you in a negative light. That's fair.
Downvoted, my partner is absolutely in love with the name since he saw the name on one of the baby list names online, and I absolutely love the name now. It's my son's name, but there is heaps of drama around this name now. Another downvoted comment is we don't live in Scotland, but my boyfriend and his family is very into where their family came from. So it's not common here, but I believe it's very common in Scotland. He's got a daughter, and he could very well only ever have daughters. My partner is very into the history of Scottish names as well, and apparently the Nordic and Scottish names mixed, and you'll find a lot of Nordic names are also Scottish names. I don't know if it's true, but I've fallen in love with the name now, and I can't imagine naming him anything else. But thank you. I hope he does calm down and comes around to the fact that he's going to have a nephew, and he has to be happy for us. Hope he says, when I heard the phone call, I had to stop myself from laughing at the absurdity. The only issue with using Bjorn as a middle name is we already have a middle name set as well, because it's my father's middle name and his father's middle name as well. So it'll have to be his first name, or we have to decide on something else. Dude, everyone's downvoting her comments.
Yeah, they're like, we don't like this. It's not right. It's just not right.
About her partner, most of his family calls every week, if not every fortnight, except for his little brother. He loves his brother, but he's not particularly close with him. His little brother is the only biological sibling he has. So yeah, I guess it does. But the name also means a great deal to us as well. Not in the typical sense that it's got a meaningful significance to us, but that's what we have decided on for our son's name. So it means a lot to us as well. Been calling the kid this name for like a month.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's been, I don't know. People can get attached to names, which makes sense because it's your kid, and especially if it's the first name that they've like decided on as a couple. It just seems like a lot of hullabaloo.
Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. I've asked the rest of the family. No one has heard him say it or remembers him saying it. Downvoted comment, it's on all the Scottish baby boy names list on Google. I apologize if I'm coming off irritated or not. It's just you Google search Scottish names and a non-Scottish name pops up. It's quite annoying that the sites do that. I appreciate you letting me know that it's not a Scottish name.
Wait, so did you guys know that when you named you were like, we want to name our son something Scottish? Bjorn.
But Nordic and Scottish kind of have the same names, but people are like,
I don't know. I think OP's like wrong.
probably.
I think OP's finding out that she's wrong.
Commenters are telling him to stop explaining Scotland to an actual Scottish people, and that Bjorn is not used in Scotland. And we have an update 1 month and a week later.
All right. Bjorn's not Scottish.
And you're pissing the Scottish people off.
Like, I've never heard a Scottish person called Bjorn.
All right, update. Here we go. A month later. It's been about a month since my last post, and my boyfriend's brother apparently really wants the name Bjorn for his son. He changed his name to Bjorn a few days after finding out we were naming our son Bjorn.
Wait, I'm sorry. Your boyfriend's brother changed his own name? He changed his own name to Bjorn?
Boyfriend's brother sent a message in my boyfriend's family group chat announcing to everyone that his legal name is Bjorn, middle name, last name.
Okay, yeah, I take it all back. Your boyfriend's brother is a little cuckoo. And just proceed as you want. And you don't need to have a relationship with this guy.
And all he was waiting for was the change in his documents and his driver's license to be done.
Your boyfriend's brother is a little crazy.
Boyfriend's brother said that he told everyone in his family that he wanted the name Bjorn for his son, and I asked everyone in my boyfriend's family if that was true. Both his mother and father said that when he blew up at us about the name, it was the first time they ever heard him say that. His sister said the same thing, and his other sister claims he'd told everyone for years. Okay, now we're just picking sides here.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's just her supporting her brother, as they're closer than anyone in their family and really only talk to each other about things. I believe he told her he wanted the name for his son, but didn't tell anyone else. By the way, I'm going to tell you right now, go to your favorite podcast platform, Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, I don't care. Search for Storytime, and we got more crazy stories just like this. We have a little bit more here, but changing the legal name?
That's what I don't get. Why would you, if you wanted your son to be called Bjorn, what does it do for you to change your own name to Bjorn?
Yeah.
Why?
I will say a good way to not name your baby a specific name is if someone else has that name and they're weird. You have a whole list of names you're not going to name your kid, right?
Yeah, but no one's going to call this guy Bjorn. It doesn't really matter if it's on his license. Yeah, so maybe he's like, I got tips.
He's probably
I'm calling myself Bjorn.
He's probably trying to like ruin the experience.
Yeah, maybe. He's just a weirdo at this point.
Here we go. How to say bear in Switzerland.
What? In Switzerland? Are you just going through
Bar. How How to say bear in Swedish. I can't translate into Swedish. You're dumb. Okay.
Let's look up how to say bear.
Yeah, all right. Everyone, let's take a moment and figure out how to say bear in different languages.
In Scottish Gaelic. All right. Mathon in Scottish Gaelic.
Oh, in Iceland, it's called Bjorn.
Yeah. Well, Bjork is an Icelandic name, so that's what I was thinking.
Oh, here we go. In Greenland, it would be Nonokju or Nankju.
Well, there you go.
Isbjorn is ice bear in Danish.
Isbjorn.
Just call him Isbjorn.
Oh, that's so cute. Isbjorn. Isbjorn. Come here, Isbjorn.
Dude, we gotta solve.
Yeah.
OP continues, it's taken me this long to get over this petty behavior, so I decided to finally give an update. I'm not sure if this is the last update I'm going to give, or at least until our son is born and boyfriend's brother realizes that his plan to get us to change our son's name has failed, and we're called a-holes for actually naming our son what we said we would. I just want to add, I thought the name of Scottish origin that the baby... Oh my god, now she's trying to back herself up.
TBHOP, you need to do a little bit more research on your baby's name.
Yeah, just don't listen to your boyfriend. I'm seeing a lot of red flags here in the relationship.
I'm just upset about your research skills.
Yeah.
I think that we can't just trust a baby name list that says 100 Scottish baby names. I think we got to be like, oh, Bjorn, that's a beautiful name. Let's look into that.
I think they looked into it, looked at the definition.
Yeah.
And this is what they got.
That's good. That's all we need to know.
Look it up on Urban Dictionary too. Come on, everything. I just want to add, I thought the name of Scottish origin that the baby name list saying it was Scottish was accurate, but I've since been informed it's Nordic or Scandinavian. We just want to name our son Bjorn, regardless of that fact, as we love the name.
Okay.
But okay, so this is where it doesn't make sense. The boyfriend is Scottish and Australian.
Well, she's Australian.
Oh, well, I give up like
so
you
she
should.
Said she's Australian descent, right?
Yeah, well, technically you are too.
Yeah, but you're not really, no one's really Australian, unless you're Aboriginal, you're not really Australian descent.
Aren't you?
No, my mom is from Australia, but her mom, if you're thinking, Australia is the US. So unless you're Native American, you're not, your history is not. I'm French I'm French and Scottish on my mom's side.
So you're not a descendant of an Australia?
If you count my mom, yes, but I'm saying if he were saying, "Oh, my family's Scottish," Australia isn't.
I'm gonna be for real. I don't even know. You could, yeah.
If you
You're
were
talking
to say,
a brick wall right
if you
now
were to say what your ancestry was, you would say I'm American, but my ancestry is this and this. You know.
So I'm not American descent.
Yeah.
Even though my family has been here since 1739.
Well, you could say that. Yeah, you could be yeah, we're we've been here for this long, so I've been in America this long. But if you wanted to go further, you'd be my ancestry is from.
Yeah.
You probably have a little bit more claim to say America, but.
Yeah.
It's just when people usually ask that question, they mean
Okay, I think I'm more confused now. Opie says, we're going to say that our son's uncle loved our son's name so much that his uncle changed his name to match our son. And we have all the loopholes covered up here, and that was a crazy story just to name their son Bear in Nordic.
Yep, and there you go. That's I guess, I don't even know if there is a lesson there, but I'm
kind of sold on Bjorn now. Wow.
Yeah.
I kind of went through that whole cycle.
You got me. We're all on the same page.
Goodness gracious. Put down what you wish you named your son down below.
Yeah.
We'll get to daughters on the next one.
Yeah. But that's the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up. My mother-in-law took my bedroom for herself.
We got Goldilocks in the house here?
And this comes directly from the r/OKstorytime subreddit.
Oh, goodness.
I, 34 female, met my ex, 39 male, I will name him Joel, when I was 20 and he was 25. Through my best friend at the time, I will name her Trish, we were set up. They lived in the same apartment and wanted her bestie living next door, which I did not know at the time. It was nice and sweet at the start. By the way, this comes from Kana, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Riley.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, one day, while sitting on the recliner, his mother opened the door to his house, looked me up and down, grunted something, and proceeded to clean his entire house from top to bottom.
Was that a look of disgust?
Ugh. What a great first interaction, right? We rushed a lot and moved in together after a month. Instantly, things went to heck.
Whoa, back up.
Yeah.
After a month of being together?
Whoa.
This is not on the Sophia approved list either.
No.
We got, so far this episode, we have an age gap that's not approved,
Yeah.
a baby that's not approved, and
well, I'm
another
sure the
relationship.
baby's fine. I just think like
No, you don't no. You don't think that.
no, I hate the baby. Within the first 2 days, he accused me of sleeping with the 50-year-old user living next door.
All right. I love that you think my standard is that low.
That's crazy. Well, I was so uncomfortable even being near him alone. After 2 months, it was my 21st birthday. Joel had taken my car to a friend's house and was supposed to be dropped off at my parents' house to celebrate, but he didn't show, ignored all my messages, and didn't return to the apartment until 2 a.m. We had a huge fight, and I went to stay at Trisha's house for the night. A week later, we were celebrating a friend's birthday, and I didn't feel right. My stomach was cramping, and I had never felt this before. I was pregnant. Yep, after 2 months. Well, it seems like, it wasn't planned.
Yeah,
So.
you were 20, now you're 21. You know what's up.
Yeah. Looking at the timeline, I'd had a few drinks within the last month. That guilt destroyed me for weeks until my first ultrasound when I heard my perfect girl's heartbeat for the first time. I will say, it seems like OP's feeling guilty about drinking when she was pregnant, but you didn't know. A lot of times, as long as you weren't excessively drinking, it is okay. Obviously, you want to be careful and avoid that, but when you don't know.
Yes,
it's
as a
usually
woman
fine.
doctor, I agree.
At that point, I knew I did not want to be with this man anymore, but I was having his baby.
Nope. Do not do the sunk cost fallacy.
No.
Does not apply here.
No. Coming from someone who has only ever known families staying together, I didn't want a separate family. Looking back, I regret that.
Oh, no.
Pregnancy was horrible. I had all day, every day, morning sickness, fractured my sternum from throwing up so much, was hospitalized 4 times for IV nourishment drips, and lost 30 kilos throughout the pregnancy.
Sounds like you just didn't eat.
That's awful.
Like you usually don't eat. Now you're having a baby and you're not eating.
Well, she's throwing up everything she's eating.
So her body's rejecting something.
Yeah. She said all day, every day morning sickness, and that she fractured her sternum from throwing up so much.
I heard that part,
So you can't even keep down anything you're eating.
Oh, goodness.
During one hospital stay, my mother-in-law came to see me and loudly commented to Joel, "I thought OP's front airbags were bigger than that. Her baby bump is bigger. Your mouth is pretty big too. Let's shut it." I am a B cup and a large woman, so I often look flat, especially lying down. It broke my heart, and I cried for quite a while. Well, mother-in-law, get out of there. Get out of the room.
Yeah, honestly. But it makes sense why Joel is the way he is.
Yeah, if his mom's like this.
Oh, boy.
Birthing day arrived. I woke up needing to go to the bathroom because I had wet the bed. When I went back to bed, it happened again within 10 minutes, but I didn't feel myself go. I went to the living room where Joel had been sleeping, as at this point we were in separate rooms because my belly freaked him out and he didn't want to hit her during his sleep. I told him what was going on, and he hit our friend who was asleep on the couch and informed him. Why are we telling them? Why is this friend here? This friend was only 16 but had been my ward for 3 years. What?
Anyways.
He jumped off the couch, asking what he needed to do for me, and ran straight into the wall, thinking it was the door 3 inches to the left. What is going on? After 4 hours, my mother drove me to the hospital, not thinking I was in labor, but Braxton Hicks contractions. The nurses informed us I was in active labor for the past 3 hours and that the baby would be there in 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
Let's go.
Honestly, kind of nice. You get to the hospital and you just have a baby in 30 minutes.
All right.
Pretty good. Joel's mother refused to listen, grabbed my hand, and refused to leave. As the baby hit my pelvis, Joel walked in and stayed behind the curtain. My father saw this, shook his head, walked straight to me, kissed my forehead, and grabbed my hand. I gave my weak hand to Dad and my other hand to my mother. My mother at my legs said she had given birth 3 times, but never actually seen it. I don't care. I love my mom. She's my true best friend. The baby took 35 minutes to arrive. Dang, quick. Joel refused to cut the cord, so my mom did. Joel sucks.
Well, I don't know if I'd be able to do that.
You wouldn't be able to cut the cord?
Dude, probably not.
Why?
I could have put my girlfriend's earring through her already done ear hole.
But you just have to, it's like a really big cord.
That is flesh to me. I don't know if I can cut flesh.
Oh, I see. I thought you were just saying like you couldn't you couldn't do it.
No, just the idea of cutting flesh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
It's too much.
Now, if it was go time and I
Yeah.
was the only person capable of doing it,
You're the only one.
I can do it. But
All right.
we already have professionals in the room
Yeah, you're
here.
like, I'm gonna let you guys handle that.
I'm going to have to pay a pretty good penny for this hospital bill.
Yeah,
I'm not the guy that's doing it. Okay.
it's fair. A month later, Joel's twin brother moved in as he needed a place to stay. As he walked in, he almost knocked over the bassinet and said, "Oops, forgot you had her," like it was no big deal.
Oh, boy.
Joel wasn't much better. Every time my little girl cried, he got annoyed and screamed, "Shut that effing punt up," directly at her.
Girl.
I know what you're thinking. Leave. It's a lot easier said than done at that point.
Yeah, I understand
Yes,
that.
understandable, but like that is the only advice I can give.
Yeah. Well, if you're in a situation like that.
Reach out to support system. It seems like you have your mom and dad.
Still, it's like you have explained the situation in a way to yourself that this is like what you deserve. So it's
Yeah.
really hard to understand what you don't deserve. Because I've
Yeah.
talked to people that have been in a situation like this, and it's like
It's so hard.
they just don't know the answer.
And also, I mean, OP's already said she's 20 years old. Well, she's 21 now. She's 21, just had a baby, has been with this guy not very long, thinks in her mind, oh, well, I need to stay with him because that's all I know. I've only known, families that are together.
Yeah.
Or like the families that I do know that have separated have not been good or something. It's really tough.
It's tough.
And he's 5 years older than you. So there is also a little bit of a power imbalance there too. Not that he's any much more mature in terms of like ability to raise a child though.
Yeah.
But I hope that you have the ability to listen to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There is a little bit left to this story.
You got it.
Let's hit it. A month later, Joel's mother moved in. So you've got your ward, your 16-year-old ward. You have your partner's twin brother, and you have his mom.
I feel like at this point, you guys should run a hotel.
Yeah, they should start paying rent, saying she needed to help with the baby. Later, I found out she had been kicked out and kicked me out of my bedroom.
That's not really helping with the baby.
Do you not sleep with your partner?
No, he sleeps on the couch.
Still? I thought that was just because she was pregnant.
Dude, this guy? Come on.
I refused to let anyone sleep in the bedroom, so Joel and I moved into the lounge on a mattress while his mother and twin took the bed. I was made to buy her very expensive cigarettes because she could only have the best quality. I'm sorry, she's smoking? She better not be smoking around the baby.
I think she is.
She never actually helped with the baby. I was supporting 5 people on government wages alone and struggled to buy food. I never ran out of baby food, even when they started eating it. They started eating your baby's food because it was better food than what I was buying the adults. Eventually, my mother-in-law moved out and I got my bedroom back. 2 months later, my baby girl and I moved into my parents' house, but that's a whole story in itself. I met a man and he is the best father for my girl. Thank goodness. I'm so
Wow.
happy for you, OP.
Oh my gosh.
I don't really know how to finish, so I'll end it by saying that if you are stuck in a relationship as bad as this, I am so sorry. I hope that one day you will be free. Thanks for reading, guys. And comment, wow, that was a lot. Always remember to put your happiness first. And you being happy, your daughter will be happy and doesn't need to be around a toxic environment. Sometimes we think we're making the best decisions for our kids by sticking around, but we're really not. Just look out for both of you. Best of luck.
I'm going to be honest. I disagree with that comment.
What?
I don't think you should always put your happiness first. In some seasons, you need to bear like certain things. I'm not saying I'm not saying stay in a bad situation, stay in a toxic situation. Always like
I see what you're saying.
Strive for joy and for peace, but sometimes in my life I'm not happy.
Yeah, you can't be happy all the time.
Yeah, but that's always the goal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what you're trying to say, commenter, but
yeah. But
people go through
I
seasons.
think mostly what OP is, or the commenter is saying is, don't sacrifice your happiness.
Honestly,
with the belief that that will make your child's life better.
Well-being.
Yeah, maybe well-being is the better way to put it, because you're not always going to be happy, but if you're in a better place, just in terms of like, if you're in a better state of mind, you are better able to parent your child.
Mm-hmm.
But that is the end of that story, and we've got some comments. And these comments are from the video, My Wife Wants Me to Date Her Best Friend, and this was posted July 16th, 2025.
Swing-a-swing-a-roo.
TLDR says OP's girlfriend wants him to date her best friend too, since all three of them are attracted to each other. OP was ready to propose, but now he's confused about polyamory, feelings, and whether this could work out without ruining the relationship. If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video. And we've got some comments from that video. Chaos Moon says, I'm at 2238. I'm betting it doesn't work because neither of these girls has the emotional maturity for poly. They're using it as an excuse to cheat. Poly is a lifestyle, not something you jump into because you're attracted to someone else. You have to decide it because it resonates with you. Mia is toxic, point blank. If all your relationships fail, you have to be mature enough to step back and admit you have a hand in the toxicity that is your love life. She needs to be single, and him letting that into his relationship was knowingly picking up a ticking, actively detonating bomb and placing it in the middle of his current relationship.
Dude, whenever you're in love, it's really hard to hear the ticking of a bomb.
Yeah. Frog7226 says, Mia is a very stereotypical bi archetype. There are bi women out there who are toxic and thus ruin every relationship they enter. They think, oh, the common factor is the fact that I'm dating men. If I date a woman, that'll fix it. In reality, dating men and dating women are the same at the core. Both require a lot of communication, understanding, and openness. If you keep failing with men, you will also fail with women. Stay single for a time and be happy with yourself. Solve the real common denominator, which is yourself, then date again.
Ooh.
I think it's just there are people out here who don't know how to have relationships that are healthy and blame it on outside factors.
That is true. I came up with a rule today.
What?
A simple rule that can apply to any and all relationships
Yeah.
is the way that you're being treated. Would you want your friend to be treated that same way?
Yeah, it's
And
a
if
great point.
And if you don't, then
Yeah, if you'd be upset hearing about your friend telling you these stories, then maybe it's not the best relationship. Ave Muse Mage, or Ave, I'm going to say Ave Muse Mage, says, I finally checked the comments and was glad that I wasn't the only one getting annoyed. Yeah, I'm sure everyone was upset too.
yeah.
Elijah Sanders says she was gonna cheat on OP no matter what, probably with that same guy in that same way, being poly had nothing to do with it. Yeah, people want to cheat, they're gonna cheat. They'll
That is
find a
true.
way. It doesn't really matter whether
Yeah.
they're poly or have a different identity, or it doesn't matter.
I feel that way with a lot of intentions. If they want to get rid of someone, they're going to get rid of
They're
someone
gonna do it.
with any and all resources they have. But the only thing I feel like if people want to make money, they usually don't find ways of making money. Sorry, I'm getting on a tangent here. But whenever it's like to build something, people are more likely to destroy something rather than build something
Mm-hmm.
if they have the possibilities and resources to do so.
Yeah. So maybe this only applies for some scenarios. But in this scenario, yeah, they're gonna cheat. They're gonna cheat.
Yep.
But that's the end of that story, and the end of those comments, and the end of this episode.
We're done, guys. We're going home.
We're done. I'm staying here because this is where I live. But if you live somewhere else,
And
enjoy.
you love us.
Yeah, and you love us. Make sure to subscribe.
And we live here. We love you.
And see you tomorrow.
Hey, don't leave yet. I know you got more chores, and we got more stories. So stick around.
I broke up with my boyfriend after I lost weight. Everyone in our life is furious. As a couple, we decided that we were going to get in shape together. We love being outside and exercise, and we used to be health nuts and taking care of the food we ate. By the way, this comes from user BFN Weight Loss. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. Do it there. So even though we continued to exercise daily, our food plan wasn't great. So we decided to change it. We developed a health plan. Because of it, I went from 155 pounds in 5'10" to 125 pounds, currently adding muscle and toning.
5'10" and you're 125 pounds?
I have no idea what healthy weights are, but I'm like 6'200". So 5'10", 120 is like thin. However, he stayed the same weight, 6'3", 180, which is perfectly fine. I started to get fit. Lots of guys started to pay attention to me, and I've been asked several times to be a model. I won't try to say that this wasn't good. It was really good for me, and my ego and my really low self-esteem is now at a normal level. Life's good, I'm happy, and I'm feeling good. Boyfriend was happy with my new body, always grabbing me. but didn't like the new attention, which is understandable in my opinion. He and I continued to exercise until I was 140 pounds. He then started to come up with excuses. Then after I achieved my goal weight, 135, my boyfriend started to ask for pizza and other things. I said that it was okay for me if he ate it, but I didn't want to. He went nuts, started telling me that I was obsessed with weight loss and that I'm anorexic and other hurtful things. Then when I suggested running, hiking, or some physical activity that we had always done in the past, he would always say no and suggest other things like watching a movie, having a little spice of sleep, or cooking, and would make me feel guilty for leaving to do some exercise. As I've said before, we've done this daily since we met until my 140-pound mark. I was starting to feel really unhappy as all the things I loved that we both loved to do in the past were being neglected. And I am just not a person to stay indoors watching TV and relaxing. I hate it. I have lots of energy. The final thing, I discovered why he didn't lose weight when he was trying so hard. I don't get it. Those were his words. He packed his healthy lunch at home and then would dump it. I'm so effing angry. I hate when people waste food. And he would eat pizza or a sub or McDonald's. I saw a receipt, asked him about it, and after some time, in which he tried to say he didn't remember, he proceeded to confess. I broke it off with him right there, as I've had enough. Wow.
Wow. Okay.
We do still have a lot of story left, but wow.
This is something that where I agree with the breakup is fine. Your personalities are just, you're drifting off. You found new interests, new hobbies that you really love, and you cannot force people to change that way. If they do it with you, great. But if they don't want to do it, you really can't force them. And if you don't want to do it, that's perfectly okay with splitting up.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just the lie that made her do it. I don't think it's the fact that he's like, I don't want to eat that. I want to eat McDonald's. It's more that like she was helping in some way to make those lunches, and the fact that he just threw it away.
Like, it could be the toxic trait of like, hey, I'm doing all of this, like I'm getting healthier, and like you're trying to put that in everyone's life. And like if they don't say, hey, I don't want that, and that's one thing. But it seems like the boyfriend agreed to like a healthy lifestyle and was like, okay, let's do this together. I'm down for a healthy lifestyle, and just blatantly lied and just like, no, I'm just gonna go eat.
Maybe just the jealousy vibes, trying to be like, hey, let's eat unhealthy. Let's eat unhealthy. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to keep going.
It seemed like there were just OP had their own lifestyle and the boyfriend had their own lifestyle, and it just split off. Like they didn't go to movies together anymore. Like I think you have to find a good median of both. Like you can have a cheat day. Cheat day is fine. That's allowed if you want. When OP said, oh, the idea of going to the movies, like I'm just don't want for that. I'm like, you also are dating this person. Like you guys don't have to have like, okay, we're either doing running or we're sitting on the couch all day. It's like you guys can go out to dinner. You guys can go to the movies. You guys can do something. But it seems like they both naturally just like weren't agreeing on anything.
Well, let's agree to continue this story. Now, he told everyone that I became a shallow witch when I lost weight, and I want to have a man with abs and be eye candy. Everyone believes him. This is a small town, and I'm being seen as the effing shallow witch. At the same time, he's sending dozens of messages every day, 100 plus, asking me to consider it, that he loves me. What can I do? I love him a lot, and I want to be with him, but now I just don't recognize him, and our fun times of the past are completely lost. I fell in love with his full of energy, always moving persona, not this lazy person. A shadow of what he once was. He promised me that he would change and asked me to go to the doctor because I'm completely obsessed with it. With all these troubles, I lost the additional 10 pounds, which makes his story even more credible. Should I go back to him and trust that he's going to be back and go to a doctor as he asked? Am I completely delusional and out of line? I hate being bad-mouthed. I don't have thick skin, and these comments really hurt me. Reddit, help. There are some comments here. Before we get into the comments, I will say there is such a thing as being too fit, too in shape, where it circles back to unhealthy. Like I've had friends who worked out until they had to go to the hospital. And I don't know if that's the level of fixation that OP has right here. Like where you were already starting at, like 5'10", 150, like is normal, I think.
Some people, like OP says, they have a lot of energy. They like working out. That's okay. But as long as you do it in a healthy manner and you're not obsessed with it.
I think if you get much smaller than that, like now you're leaning towards not healthy territory. Like 6'3", 180. Like I can't imagine being 3 inches taller and also 20 pounds lighter. And again, I don't think it's the fact that he's not wanting to lose weight or he doesn't want to eat health anymore. I think really the root of it was like that he was just lying. And he's clearly not that lazy if he's 6'3", 180. Like there's a level of some kind of upkeep going on there.
Back to it with the relationship, they instantly, OP broke up with him. Like you broke up with him and now you feel bad that he's bad-mouthing you. Like the bad-mouthing is really dumb, but then you want to get back together with him? I feel like you guys jumped it way too quickly. You should have definitely had a conversation of why he's doing this rather than, nope, I'm done. Why? Why did you do that?
Yeah. It was a pretty quick decision. Let's get into the update. They're not update, they're comments. Comment number 1, wait, he's 6'3", 180 pounds and you want him to lose weight? Reply, I'm glad this isn't buried at the bottom. I would love to hear his side because OP sounds unbalanced and seems to be skewing details to paint her in a better light. Another reply, she was 155 at 5'10". She was already considered normal weight for her height. She or possibly both of them might have some skewed body image issues. Replies, yes, I'm 5'10" and in the upper 130s and developed an eating disorder when I tried to lose weight. Not that BMI is a reliable indicator, but if you plan on getting yourself under that threshold, you probably need the help of a nutritionist or other professional to keep you physically and mentally on track, like they do with film stars losing weight for a role. Then again, everyone's different, obviously. My experiences aren't everyone's, and maybe OP fell to her lowest weight naturally without pushing too hard, then realized she wanted to gain some muscle. At any rate, OP has painted a picture of a jealous, controlling boyfriend who won't accept her breakup. 6'3", 180 is a number you can be proud of, but being possessive or clingy of your SO isn't. Yeah, that was kind of also my earlier takeaway of like, it might just be that he's like getting cringy about other men thinking she's attractive.
She's very happy with everything. It's good for OP, but you got to take into consideration of how does this make your partner feel? You know, like maybe it went too far, like a little bit too much.
Could be. Also, to OP's boyfriend, that's hot girlfriend syndrome, dude. When you have a hot girlfriend, other people, guess what? Other people can see her with their eyes. And they can tell that she's hot.
Like, again, saying all those bad things and like, oh, no, I love you. And using the I love you or it's like, oh, it's love is not an excuse. That doesn't seem like it's love.
So far, whack on both sides from my perspective. We made healthy lunches. A man who's 6'3" and exercising needs a F ton of food. Her healthy lunches were probably some 300-calorie piece of crap lunch she pulled off of Pinterest. She clearly has no idea about fitness, wanting her boyfriend to lose weight at 180 pounds. Professional male athletes who are 6'3" are basically always heavier than 180. I think long-distance runners who are 6'3" are even 170 to 180. If anything, if he's trying to be fit, he's probably going to increase his weight. She doesn't know the first thing about what she's talking about, and I don't believe a word she says. We've arrived at the update. Let's hop in. It sounds like I've left some important details out. I read all your comments and realized that, but it was too late to reply as there were too many, so I prefer to add some explanations in this update. I thank you all for your comments. I wasn't expecting such a big response. Some of your comments were hurtful, and I don't really get what I have said to deserve that, but I'll try my best to explain myself. First, I never said that we weren't at a healthy weight, nor that I think he is overweight or at a bad weight. I don't know why people assumed that when I never said it, and I don't really get all the weights that were thrown in the post. Every person carries their weight differently, and some of you sounded offended as if I've said your weight is bad. I never said anything about his weight. He was the one who was trying to get fit again, as he went from really fit to somewhat skinny fat, as he was the one who was not happy with this, not me. What I said is that we were not as fit as we were in the past. We were both gym rats and health nuts. Both. I met him at the gym. I have never pressured him to exercise whatsoever. We fell in love because we had similar interests, outdoor activities, exercise, taking care of our bodies. He was really proud of his abs, for example. When we met, he was 6'3", 190, and pure muscle, more than what he weighs now. I was 5'10", and 135, toned. However, we started to relax in the food that we ate. We started to drink more and eat a lot of fast food. Even though we continued exercising daily, we sort of became skinny fat. He and I developed a small belly, and we were not happy with it. Again, both of us. That's why we tried to enter the cut phase, and then we would go into the bulk phase. If you thought that I wanted him to lose weight, you were wrong. I didn't pressure him to do this. He was always talking about how he missed his muscles and how he was stronger in the past. So we decided as a couple that we would be healthy together. He was happy with our progress, but seemed really surprised that his weight had stalled. I was worried about him as I didn't understand why his efforts weren't working. I was sad because he seemed sad with the lack of results. And that's why I was so mad when I discovered that he had been eating fast food behind my back. First, because he was throwing away food, which I'm completely against. Second, because I was researching lots of things and was worried because I didn't understand why he wasn't seeing results. Third, I didn't understand why he was lying to me. I never pressured him to get in shape. I love him either way, so I didn't understand why he was lying to me. Go ahead.
You weren't pressuring your partner, but then you were like, let's go on runs. Let's do this. Let's do that. And you just kept reiterating like, oh, you want to just go to the movies. And you're like, no. I want to go do this. I want to go exercise. I want to do this. He seemed like a burden to you, and you made him feel like a burden. I'm not saying that's the scenario, but what we got earlier in the story, again, when Opie said, oh, we don't have the same interest anymore. Maybe he just felt burnt out. It's a thing. It is burnout. Like, you get burnt out of working out, or you're just fatigued from it, and it's okay to rest, but maybe he was just happy where he was.
I was just mad about being skinny fat because you said that I should be. And maybe she doesn't even realize she did that.
He was just really upset that OP progressed, or they did the same amount of work, but OP's progress had results. And her boyfriend didn't have any results, and that probably made him even feel worse.
I think OP's thinking like, well, I never like explicitly like pressured him. Or it's like, I was never like telling him he needed to do it or else. But it's like, I think just you being so militant about getting in shape like is the pressure in and of itself.
I'm not trying to pin this on anyone just yet, but it's like I said, these are two different people on two different roads where we met, we were so happy, and then you converged into something different. It happens.
So I never pressured him into getting in shape. I love him either way, so I didn't understand why he was lying to me. He could have just said that he didn't want to eat healthy, and I'd have been completely okay with it, and he knows that. I never said a bad thing about his body, and I find him quite attractive when he is at 180 or 190 or whatever. When he stopped exercising, I was sad because I lost my partner. I mean, workout partner, I assume. Do you know that activity that you do with your husband since you've met, and that's really special for both of you? That was exercise to us. Since we've met, we've exercised together. We've tried lots of sports and fun outdoor activities. When he started to refuse going, I felt like he didn't want to spend more time with me, and I was sad about it because I felt like we were losing a big part of our relationship. I'm not a person who likes to relax on the sofa, and he wasn't like that either. Again, one of the things that made us fall in love with each other was the fact that he was really active and had lots of energy. He knows that I hate watching TV, for example, and he was like that too. So the change was strange and left me confused. Then I lost weight until 125. Because of the breakup, not because I'm anorexic for F's sake. I'm now in a bulking phase. I just had trouble eating because I was really sad about breaking up with him and our separation. We've been dating for a long time, 4 years, almost 5, and I feel lost without him. I've been crying a lot, and I used exercise to make me think of other things. Oh my God, 5 years over that?
Why did you do that?
There's got to be more than that, right? 5 years? I was thinking like, oh, they probably dated less than a year. 5 years you've been with this guy and you broke up with him because
He was eating cheat meals behind you.
I know that throwing the food away is cringe. I know him lying to you is not good.
He was cheating on her.
Yeah, he was cheat mealing on her.
I guarantee you, he just felt like a burden. Like, your lifestyle was, I want to go back to the way we were. And he's like, I'm happy with what we are now. Yes, we wanted to work out and get healthy again. But I think OP went back into that old mindset of like, full on grind. I want what we were before. And you can't have that. It seems like his mentality is like, no, I'm in the present. It seems like OP's mind is more so in the past.
For sure, crazy thing to break up over, like on the spot. Not even elaborations. Okay, let's keep going. When I noticed that I was underweight, I immediately forced myself to eat. I don't want to be skinny. I want to be fit. So I thank you for all the concerns, but I guarantee you that I'm not anorexic, that I don't want to be 125. My goal weight is 135, just like I was in the past at the peak of my fitness and health. And at 135, I'm not underweight, as some of you said. It's a healthy weight for me. I'm all for health. I wouldn't aim for anything that would be unhealthy. That's why I'm gaining weight right now. I'm very careful with my health. Finally, about telling people in the city. Well, he decided to talk about our breakup with his friends, and they were the ones who started telling everyone. As this is a small town and his friends didn't like me, they decided to say that I was looking for a health guru and a man with abs, and that I'm a shallow witch to everyone. As they are locals and I'm not, everyone believes them. It was not him that told the people. When I made the first post, I thought it was him that was talking about our breakup with everyone, but he told me that he didn't do that. And the ones who did were his friends, and he's angry with them because of it. I was wrong, fortunately. I have no family, and the few friends I have here are his close friends too, so they stood by him. Can't fault them. They know him better than they know me. I'm kind of shy and quiet. So we talked, and he told me that he was concerned about me and wanted me to see a doctor because of my recent weight loss. I explained that I was trying to gain weight, that I didn't want to be 125, and I just lost weight because we were on bad terms and it hurt me that much. He then explained to me that he wasn't the one who told other people about the breakup, that it was the friends and he was disappointed with them. He also said that he wanted to get in shape but couldn't resist fast food. He'd been eating it daily at lunch and was ashamed of not being able to resist the temptations. I told him that he didn't need to eat healthy if he didn't want to. I'd be totally okay with it, and I just wished that he could communicate with me and tell me about his fears. I apologized if I ever came across as a shallow person or someone who wouldn't listen to him. I loved him a lot and didn't want to lose him over such a minor and unimportant thing as fast food. He then confessed that he decided not to exercise more, even though it was hard for him, as he loved it. He decided to stop because he was ashamed of not being able to resist fast food. And he wanted me to be lazy like him so we would be equals that way, which is also an extremely toxic way to think. He said that now we would continue to exercise as we've always done, and he wouldn't try to hide eating fast food, nor would he throw the food away. I ended up breaking up with him that night, and now we are together again. Communicating was very good for us, and I hope that in the future we will remember this lesson and learn to continue to communicate and be honest with each other. Yeah, it's crazy.
He was feeling away and felt ashamed, and you were feeling away, and definitely on him for sure. But I think it was, again, a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, you little goobers just need to learn how to have dialogue. I love him a lot. I can't imagine a better person. He is kind, compassionate, nice, smart, and we share the same interests. We are compatible. He is my dream man, everything I could wish for, and I'm sorry if I misrepresented him in the first post. I hope that I could explain everything. Again, thank you, Reddit. Everything is fine right now, and we're happy, and there's an edit. I'm feeling shifty. I just felt so weird to me that it's like, he's my dream man, it's my true love, like, we're compatible, we're fully this, we're fully that, and it's like, you had literally just before been like, we're completely incompatible, we've lost our ways, he's a completely different person, and for that, I'm out.
Very wishy-washy, but I think it was just like a lot of underlying layers that no one talked about.
You know what I bet you it was? I bet you it was because she thought he was talking smack. She thought he was the one going around, running around, talking smack on their relationship. If that was me, I would also be like, yeah, you know what? We are uncompatible, and nothing about this guy even lines up with me. And you know what? This guy freaking, and he can be lazy forever. Like, I would probably be upset if I thought, but now we know the truth. He's just got lame friends for you, but in the context of him, those friends are good friends. But they're not going about it the right way. And there is an edit. Okay. He never controlled me, my clothes, where I was going, or the people I talked to. He is not the jealous type. He has never done anything physical. He's never forced me to do the spicy tango when I wasn't in the mood. He never did anything like that. This was the first time he lied to me, and he promised he wouldn't do it twice. He tried not to fall in love with me, but was unable to resist because he loved me too much. Why is that bad? Why is the sentence, he could have any girl that he wanted and he chose me, bad for you? Am I not enough? What have I done to make you so angry with me? I know I'm immature and dumb, I know, but several people are, and they are not as criticized as I was. I think this is OP addressing commenters being like, you know what? Shut up. When I wrote the first post, everyone accused me of having an eating disorder, being shallow, masking the situation, lying about what happened, and manipulating him. Now he's the one who is accused of manipulating me and being a diddler. Yes, someone said that about him in a private message, of taking advantage of me. Why does every post I make generate such a hate wave? I'm tired, boss. The comments page was even harder to read than the first one, and it's really hurtful that everyone is saying such bad things about my relationship. I thank you all for your advice and kind words. Some of you were really kind, and I can't thank you enough, but I wanted to let you know that some of your words really hurt. Really. And I'm weak. This was too much. I've been reading this with my boyfriend, and he is so hurt. I can only cry for him. He didn't deserve this. Guys, hello? Take your computer, close it. You don't have to read every comment on the Reddit post if it's making you upset. You don't have to do this anymore. Just like how if you stop watching this show, you can always listen to full episodes with stories like this. And you can listen to them on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts from. Just search OK Storytime. All you have to do is search OK Storytime. But we do have some story left here. Keon, do we have anything else to talk about here?
I just really don't understand how you date for 5 years. You're so in love, and this is like the man of your dreams, and then you catch him eating a cookie, and he lied to you about it, and this is like the only time he's lied to you, and you really just jump it to, we're done. I don't understand how that, without having even like a remote conversation, maybe it was just the heat of the moment kind of thing, but even then, it's like, whoa, that was really quick. But I think overall, I mean, great that you guys are happy and you guys are going to work out and, you know, live the lives that you want to live. I just hope that OP doesn't have that mindset of, I want to just be my past self. That's not who you are. You are your present self. And then you can do that for the future. You can at least have some ideals from the past and work on the future, and especially with your partner. You want to do it together and not leave each other.
Well spoken, my friend. So he knew about the backlash that both of us would or will suffer, and we've been suffering from it ever since. But this situation was the worst of them all. He feels disappointed with his friends for telling everybody about something he ranted about in secret with them, feels tired because of the breakup, and sad because of the comments. I won't ever apologize to him enough for what he read about him. He didn't deserve it. That's the final explanation. I don't think there's anything more to add. And there are some comments. Comment 1, and he wanted me to be lazy as him because we would be equals that way. In honesty, now that you're back with him, I would be very cautious about this. This is not the mentality of someone who cares about you. That's the mentality of someone who wants you down in the mud with them. It's really the exact same mentality as OP, though. This isn't about weight. It's about the fact that people change, and he's changing in a way that you don't want to. 5 years at your age is a long time, but please make sure to keep your sights on the things you want in life. Comment 2, quoting, he is kind, compassionate, nice, smart. We share the same interests, and we're compatible. He's my dream man, everything I could wish for, and I'm sorry if I misrepresented him in my first post. This kind of sounds like he replaced you and posted this for you, but okay. Please try and get your own friend group in this city. Do not be dependent on this guy, especially as you apparently started dating him when you were 16 and he was 22. Well, that changes only the entire story. Okay. We're almost done. Comment 3. So what is his plan for his friends that have been dragging your name through the dirt? He's disappointed in them, but is he actually going to take any action? If not, that is a pretty terrible new start to the relationship. You say everything's fine now, but it doesn't really sound like it. All his friends dislike you and have been talking crap about you, and you don't have any of your own friends. It still seems like a pretty bad situation. What happens next time if you guys go through a rough patch? More crap talking and you losing all your friends again? Doesn't leave you in the best position, OP replies. He's so sad about it, they disappointed him. I don't think it's fair to make him think about it when he already blames himself for talking to them so much. He'll think about it when he wakes up, I think. Comment was downvoted 35 times. I think Reddit really let you have it on that one, OP, because that's the end of that story.
Like I said earlier, they diverged. As long as they can be mutual on everything and can agree, not that my personality is just sitting on the couch and just hanging out. My personality is just working out. As long as you guys can have a median of, doing both of those things together and not, leaving one behind or dragging one back is some way you can manage it, especially for 5 years of, being together. That's what I think.
I called out my boyfriend's sister-in-law's flirting. Now the whole family is in chaos.
Oh, all over some harmless flirting between in-laws.
My 30 female boyfriend, 29 male, has an odd relationship with soon-to-be sister-in-law. It's causing major issues. How do we solve this? My boyfriend and I have been together almost 1.5 years. This is the best relationship I've ever been in. He's a great person and we have no issues, except for his brother's fiance. When I first met her, I really wanted for us to be great friends, but that hasn't been the case. By the way, this comes from Harikari, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/okstorytime subreddit. So, literally the first time I met her, she was wearing a romper, came out of the bathroom, specifically went to my boyfriend to zip her up, butt to neck.
Hey, whoa.
I thought it was odd, but we just met, so I didn't trip on it. Before I'd met her, he described her as his relationship advisor, and that he told her about me and how excited he was about our relationship. But each time I've seen her, almost weekly in the 1.5 years, she's made me uncomfortable.
It's a long time for someone to make you uncomfortable consistently.
She'll pull him away to talk one-on-one. She touches him regularly, has little inside jokes, so I just sit there like an idiot, makes silly voices to him, makes weird double entendre jokes to him. Sometimes she'll be super nice to me, and sometimes she just straight up ignores me. I never know which version I'll get, so I always act super friendly, but it's exhausting. One of the last times I saw her, she was being friendly, but did take the opportunity to say, you know, before you and your boyfriend started dating, we talked every day about all kinds of things. We were best friends, so now we don't talk as much anymore. In the beginning, he seemed oblivious to how inappropriate she acts towards him. I pointed out several times and got to the point where I told him if he doesn't shut down her weird touching, I'm either walking away or leaving because I'm uncomfortable. Issues with her have literally been our only relationship drama the entire time. We have never fought about anything else. Since making him aware, a lot of times when she starts touching him randomly or trying to pull him away, he'll resist, go somewhere else, whatever the case may be. But we seem to have an argument after each time we see each other. Yesterday, she and the brother received an invite from a mutual friend to see some live music. She was mostly fine, friendly, etc., but she chose the seat beside him. So I had to sit a couple friends away from him and was wiping his face, touching his face where he missed his spot shaving, weird stuff like that. At one point, I just walked away and chatted with mutual friends. After we left, I expressed to my boyfriend that I feel I can't talk to him about my concerns with her because he gets so frustrated and says she's always been that way. They've known each other for 5 years. She'll be his sister soon. Whatever. He's doing his best to keep her in check, but she does seem to come out of nowhere with her touching. And her snide comments to me that maybe only another woman could understand the rudeness behind. It turned into a loud fight, the likes of which we've never had. He's super apologetic today. He made a hurtful comment in the heat of the moment, and I'm sure I did too, out of pure frustration with the situation. Though I don't like her, knowing that we'll both hopefully be part of the family soon, I know we need to sort out these issues. How do we go about doing this? I've thought about going out for drinks with her and explaining my situation so she can't play dumb to how she makes me uncomfortable. He thinks he should talk to her solo, but that feels like I can't handle my own issues and would create more weirdness between the two of us. I absolutely love and want to marry him and really want this to resolve so our relationship continue to flourish. Edit, my last relationship before this one was awful. Cheated on, verbal and physically mistreated. I'm incredibly grateful to have the good man I have now. It took me a lot of work to get where I am emotionally, to be able to trust, control my anger and arguments, etc. Just because of the last one that was so awful and changed my personality. I don't want to see bits of the old me anymore, but I see little bits when we argue about her, and I hate that. But there is an update. I mean, it's good that you're aware, but your partner is being disrespectful, and he needs to shut it down a little bit more.
I want to know where the talk between OP's partner and her partner's brother is.
Yeah. If I were the brother, I'd be like, that's kind of weird.
Your future wife is like touching on me and stuff. She's trying to do a weird touch with me. I don't know what's going on.
Weird touch thing she does with you, she's doing with me too.
Yeah, you know that part how she does when she touches you because you're her partner? She's touching me like that, bro.
Yeah, have a conversation. I think having a conversation with the girl probably hopefully helpful.
I don't know. I really don't think that that's going to get anywhere because it sounds like she'll just deny. She'll just be like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's so weird that you're so insecure. I don't understand.
Let's find out what this update has in store. This is my update from my last post. Friday evening. I went to a female family gathering. Future sister-in-law was there. She avoided me the entire time. I want nothing more than to get past this and move on, but was sort of following her lead and left her alone. She texted asking if we could talk. I said sure. She said my boyfriend told his brother I wrote the text. He never said that. She clearly didn't believe me and kept trying to find ways to prove that I wrote it. That I said no more family gatherings and we don't want to go to their weddings because I hate her. That I'll hate any future child they have because it came out of her. I was absolutely shocked because I never said any of this, and I know my boyfriend never said any of these things either. So his brother is making up these cruel lies for some unknown reason. It's either her or the brother. If it's her, it's because she's jealous and she's, I don't know, trying to like ruin this relationship. Or it's the brother and he wants to, I don't know.
See, exactly. That's why it's like, I can't find a single reason why he would do that.
She said how awful their family is and all she wanted was to make me feel included, and now I've stabbed her in the back. She demanded an apology. I refused and told her to have a good night and left. That's how you do it. If you're talking to crazy, you just leave.
Yeah, you can't argue with crazy. You just got to say, okay, bye-bye now, bye-bye.
Sunday, we go to the parents' house for dinner. All of us were there. Things were fairly standoffish. At one point, I was inside with future sister-in-law and the dad, making light small talk. Their mom grabs me and future sister-in-law to speak in a back room. She's a few drinks in, gets all teary-eyed that her boys are in turmoil. Basically saying I'm the root of all the issues, so I need to get over it because she's not having her family torn apart. My boyfriend loves both of us equally. Ha! And I need to deal with that because they've known each other 5 years, far longer than we've been together 1.5 years. Wait, the girl is saying that OP's boyfriend loves both of them equally?
I think that was what OP's mom said. OP's boyfriend's mom is being like, it's fine. He loves you and his brother's fiance the same amount, which is the normal thing. We should say it's normal and not weird.
That touching is normal.
That is not a weird touch. You take that back right now.
I can't come in and try to dissolve all female relationships in his life. She left, and future sister-in-law and I were talking calmly, and I was expressing clearly that there was miscommunication between the boys that seemed to be ramping this up. She agreed.
She's like, I don't know what's happening, but things are getting a lot weirder.
Then we hear screaming from the living room, glass breaking, so we go out there, and that's when all the real drama starts. The brother kept pointing at me with a legit unaliving look in his eyes, calling me a manipulative bee and a psychotic bully, all kinds of things. It was a screaming match, everyone telling each other to F off, and his mom was like, well, you started all of this, and now you have nothing to say. Defend yourself. His brother is like, she's playing a game. She manipulated my brother away from the family, so she's sitting there all pleased with herself. The effing dumb bee. Yikes.
Hey, brother, just want to let you know when you berate and curse at a woman as a man, you lose a lot of credibility right there.
Doesn't look good for you, buddy. The mom was trying and failing to moderate this because the brother kept screaming. He was telling her to go F herself, saying any awful thing he could think of about me. He came incredibly close to my face. I don't know if he wanted to hit me or intimidate me. My boyfriend pushed him away and yelled at him. The brother kept making these moves like he was going to run at me. The future sister-in-law kept holding him back or telling him to take a walk. He was furious.
I'm starting to understand now why his fiance is flirting with OP's man, because she's probably looking at him like, oh yeah, no, I did pick the wrong brother. I picked the beta who tries to like pump fake like a woman he's arguing with.
Mom kept saying I need to grow up and deal with my insecurities. Kept saying that over and over. At one point, I asked her to stop calling me insecure, and she said it was the first time I defended myself, and now she respects me a little bit more because I stood up for myself.
Wasn't this whole thing her defending herself?
That's so funny. OP's like, hey, stop. And the mom's like, oh.
I didn't know you had game like that, OP. But on a real level, am I wrong, or isn't all of this coming from her trying to defend herself?
It absolutely is. She was like, hey, I don't like this attitude. And now the mom's like, that wasn't good enough. This went on for 2 hours. And because I don't deal with issues by screaming and name calling, I was frozen. My boyfriend was saying a lot to try and defend me, that they were his concerns and didn't come out of thin air, which riled everyone up more. It was absolute chaotic madness that I've never been a part of before. At the end, their mom tried to laugh off the entire thing. She's like, wow, that was a lot. Wow, we really get up to crazy things on Monday night.
This is going to be such a funny story at my book club this Thursday, I swear.
Girls are gonna love this.
They're just going to think you guys are the biggest characters.
They're going to go bananas. At the end, their mom tried to laugh at the entire thing. I was in total shock because I've tried so hard to be kind and respectful to the fam and always had a great relationship, especially with their mom. So I was taken aback. My boyfriend spoke to his mom the next day, canceled all future plans with the fam, saying I was attacked, it was uncalled for, He was furious. His brother has legit issues, and the mom makes excuses after excuse for his absolutely terrifying behavior. But you guys don't have any excuse for not listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime.
Do that. And I see you there not doing it.
Come on, be better. But there is a teensy little bit left.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I think the path that we've ended up on is the right one.
And I really hope that the sister-in-law leaves, or the future maybe no longer to be sister-in-law.
It sounds like that the sister-in-law and the brothers.
But I think the sister-in-law is realizing that her brother-in-law sucks a lot. And so she's like, whoa.
She's trying to get herself out of it. I think no future family events sounds like a great plan.
Good idea. But there is a little bit more to this story. I seriously don't feel comfortable even being near his brother again. He sounds so close to really losing it. And I'm actually concerned for my safety at this point. I thank God my BF has the complete opposite personality, but I have no clue how to move forward from this. As much as I never wanted to see the brother again, I know that's not possible. I'd be willing to speak to him if he could act more normal and calm, but I don't even know if he's capable of that. Help. And comment 1 says, sounds like brother is projecting here. Absolutely. Maybe he too thought she was highly inappropriate with your boyfriend, and now it's been brought to light. He has to face his feelings and is taking it out on the wrong people. Also, boyfriend's mom sounds like an effing idiot. Doesn't matter if she's known him for 30 years. She was incredibly inappropriate. End of discussion. You're his partner. Doesn't make you insecure because you have boundaries, and don't think it's appropriate for someone to act like your partner's girlfriend. The only way forward is for him to go complete no contact with his family.
That's not true, but it's certainly one of the simplest ways to move forward. I think there's a path to get back to something there. I think it was dead on where it's like, now the brother is realized, like it's been called out, and he's like, yeah, my fiance is flirting with my brother, and that's way too hard for me to comprehend. So instead, I'm just going to get mad at the woman.
OP says, thank you. That's how I feel too. There are sibling relationships and romantic, and the lines should not blur. The fact that everyone is blind to it and making me feel like I'm crazy is unsettling. Unfortunate timing. Today is my B-day. His mom dropped off a card and a present for me. No interest in the present. Almost feels like an attempt to buy me off, so to speak. Absolutely, it's an apology present, and don't take it.
Hopefully they had your birthday present picked out already. They're like, ooh, not only did we get into this fight, we don't have a birthday present.
Now I have to get her a gift. But I opened the card out of curiosity. We hope to have better memories with you in the future. This is after spending nearly every weekend and holiday at their home, missing out on time with my own family, doing my best to forge the best relationship possible I can with his parents. What a punt in the nuts. And that is the end of that story. Boy, oh boy. I mean, like, definitely you should get away from these family. You don't have to ever see them again. Low contact, I think, or no contact, maybe. But that's on your partner to decide.
I think the biggest thing needs to be, which I don't think it'll happen now, but I was wondering why the brother-on-brother conversation was not happening, and it feels like they probably have a very contentious history or relationship there.
If this was how he reacted, there's got to be something before this. Like, this can't just have been the first thing.
It's very unlikely. But you know what is likely?
That this is the end of the story.